I go to school on Tuesday again. One of the students asks a question that is interesting for me. She asks, "What is the best way to learn new words?" Our teacher says, "There are many things you can do to learn new words. I will tell you what is statistically the most effective way for learning new words. It is reading. When people read when they learn a new language, they learn twice as fast as people who don't read. It is good to read for at least 30 minutes every day. I want to show you what you should do if you want to get the maximum gains from reading. First, it is very important that the book or text which you read is interesting for you. It is important that you enjoy reading. The book can be a nice story, or it can have some useful information for your job or your hobby. Don't read a text that isn't interesting for you. It is also good to read a text in which you know most of the words. When you don't know many words, you can get frustrated. You always want to enjoy everything you do while using English. It is good to choose a text which is interesting and also suitable for your level. When you read the text and you see a word that you don't understand, you get a dictionary and you look up the word. Then you continue reading. You don't have to write the word anywhere. You don't have to make a list of new words. You don't have to try to remember the word. You only focus on understanding the text. When it is clear to you what the word means, you continue reading. Any time there is a new word for you, you do the same. Reading also has another great advantage. When you read, you learn new words, and you also learn how every word is connected to other words in the sentence. Then, you can see how to link the words correctly. This way of learning new words is very effective. Give it a try, and you will see how fast you can learn new words. Then we continue with the lesson. We speak about the situation in England and about the best jobs for students. This is good for me because I want to have a job. I want to do something after my class. I ask other students if they know where I can find a job. They tell me that I should go to a job center. The job center offers a lot of jobs for students. This is good for me, and I am happy that I know where I can find a job. When my day at school is finished, I go to the job center. I don't know what jobs I can do, so I ask the lady at the job center what the best job for a student is. The lady tells me that they have some good jobs for students. She tells me that I can be a cleaner or a waiter in a cafe. I tell the lady I have no experience doing these jobs. She tells me that my English is good enough to work at the cafe. The training is not difficult, and I can have more chances to speak English than being a cleaner. She tells me that I can start my job on Thursday. It is all good for me. I'm happy that I have a job where I can practice. There are some stages to learn. 1. Introduction to vocabulary building. Learning words is a fundamental aspect of language acquisition. Whether you're expanding your vocabulary in your native language or learning a new one, effective strategies can help you master words more efficiently. In this guide, we'll explore various techniques and approaches to help you learn words in a meaningful and long-lasting way. 2. Importance of context. Learning words in context is crucial for understanding their meaning and usage. Instead of memorizing isolated words, Try to learn them within sentences or phrases. This method helps you grasp not only the meaning but also the nuances of how the word is used in different situations. 3. Use mnemonics. Mnemonics are memory aids that can help you remember words more easily. Associating a word with a familiar image, rhyme, or acronym can make it easier to recall. For example, to remember the word gregarious, you might think of Greg as someone who loves being in groups. 4. Repetition and spaced repetition. Repetition is key to retaining new words. However, instead of cramming, use spaced repetition techniques. This involves reviewing words at increasing intervals, which strengthens your memory and helps the word stick in your long-term memory. 5. Engage with different forms. Words often have multiple forms: nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. Learning all the forms of a word can deepen your understanding and make it easier to use the word in different contexts. For instance, learn happy, happiness, and happily together. 6. Reading. Widely. Reading is one of the best ways to encounter new words. By exposing yourself to a variety of texts, novels, articles, essays, and more, you naturally come across words in different contexts. As you read, highlight unfamiliar words and look up their meanings. 7. Active use of words. It's not enough to just recognize or know the meaning of a word. You should actively use it in writing and speaking. This reinforces your memory and helps you become more comfortable with the word. Try to incorporate new words into your daily conversations and writing. 8. Word associations. Creating associations between words can enhance your learning. For example, if you're learning the word melancholy, you might associate it with sadness. Making these connections can help you remember the word more easily. 9. Flashcards and digital tools. Flashcards are a classic tool for vocabulary learning. You can use physical flashcards or digital ones through apps like Anki or Quizlet. Digital tools often offer spaced repetition features and allow you to learn on the go. 10. Word games and puzzles. Engaging in word games and puzzles can make learning words fun and interactive. Games like Scrabble, crossword puzzles, and word searches challenge you to think about words differently and can introduce you to new vocabulary. 11. Study groups and conversations. Learning words in a social setting can be highly effective. Join a study group or language exchange where you can practice using new words with others. Conversations with peers provide a real-world context for applying what you've learned. 12. Focus on root words. Understanding root words can help you decipher the meanings of unfamiliar words. Many English words are derived from Latin and Greek roots, so by learning these, you can often guess the meaning of new words you encounter. 13. Keep a vocabulary journal. Maintaining a vocabulary journal where you write down new words, Their definitions, example sentences, and any associations can be a great way to track your progress. Regularly reviewing your journal reinforces your learning. 14. Learn words by themes. Group words by themes or categories, such as emotions, colors, or professions. Learning related words together can make them more memorable. For example, learning words related to cooking, like sauté, braise, and simmer, can be more effective than random vocabulary. 15. Visual and auditory learning. Incorporate visual and auditory methods into your learning process. Watching videos, listening to podcasts, or using images can help reinforce word meanings. Some people find that they remember words better when they hear them pronounced or see them in action. 16. Practice with real-life applications. Applying new words in real-life situations helps solidify your learning. Whether it's writing a story, giving a presentation, or even creating a social media post, using new vocabulary and context helps you retain it. 17. Language immersion. If possible, immerse yourself in an environment where the language you're learning is spoken. This could be through travel, online language immersion programs, or even watching movies and shows in that language. Immersion forces you to use and understand words in context. 18. Set achievable goals. Set realistic goals for your vocabulary learning. Instead of overwhelming yourself with too many words at once, focus on learning a few words each day. Over time, this consistent practice will lead to significant vocabulary growth. 19. Test yourself regularly. Regularly testing yourself on the words you've learned is a great way to reinforce your memory. Quizzes, spelling tests, and even timed recall exercises can help you gauge your progress and identify areas where you need more practice. 20. Stay curious and persistent. Finally, stay curious and persistent in your learning journey. Vocabulary building is a gradual process that requires patience and dedication. Keep exploring new words, and don't get discouraged by setbacks. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become in your language skills. 21. Leverage technology. In the digital age, technology offers countless resources for learning words. Apps like Duolingo, Memrise, and Babbel are designed to make vocabulary learning interactive and enjoyable. These platforms often use gamification, which turns learning into a fun challenge, helping you stay motivated and engaged. 22. Explore etymology. Delving into the etymology of words, understanding their origins and historical development, can provide a deeper connection to the vocabulary you're learning. Knowing that enthusiasm comes from the Greek word entheos, meaning inspired by a god, might make the word more memorable and meaningful. 23. Incorporate cultural context. Understanding the cultural context of words can enrich your learning experience. Some words carry cultural significance that goes beyond their dictionary definition. For instance, learning about Japanese words like wabi-sabi or ikigai includes understanding the cultural philosophies they represent. 24. Regularly review. Old words. As you continue to learn new words, it's easy to forget the ones you've previously learned. Make it a habit to regularly review older vocabulary to ensure it stays fresh in your mind. This ongoing review process is crucial for long-term retention. 25. Learn idioms and phrases. Idioms and phrases are an essential part of any language, and learning them can greatly enhance your fluency. Phrases like kick the bucket or spill the beans are more than just words. They convey specific meanings that might not be immediately obvious from the individual words alone. 26. Understand connotations. Words often carry connotations or implied meanings that go beyond their dictionary definitions. For example, the word slender has a positive connotation, while skinny might be seen as negative, even though both describe someone who is thin. Understanding these subtle differences is key to using words accurately. 27. Practice with writing. Prompts. Use writing prompts as a way to practice new vocabulary. Challenge yourself to write short stories, essays, or journal entries using specific words you've recently learned. This not only helps reinforce the words, but also allows you to explore different ways to use them. 28. Engage in active listening. Active listening, whether through conversations, podcasts, or movies, can expose you to how words are used naturally. Pay attention to how speakers use certain words, the tone they use, and the context. This helps you understand the practical application of words and phrases. 29. Learn collocations. Collocations are words that frequently go together, like make a decision or take a risk. Learning these word combinations can help you sound more natural when speaking or writing in a language. It's not just about knowing individual words, but knowing which words naturally fit together. 30. Create mind maps. Mind mapping is a visual way to organize and connect ideas, and it can be particularly useful for vocabulary learning. Start with a central word and branch out to related words, synonyms, antonyms, and phrases. This technique can help you see the relationships between words and concepts. 31. Explore synonyms and antonyms. Learning synonyms and antonyms for words can broaden your vocabulary and help you express yourself more precisely. For example, knowing that elated, ecstatic, and joyful are synonyms for happy gives you more options for conveying different levels of emotion. 32. Use language learning communities. Online communities, such as language learning forums or social media groups, offer opportunities to practice and share new words with others. Engaging with a community can provide feedback, support, and additional resources for learning. 33. Tailor. Learning to your interests. Personalize your vocabulary learning by focusing on words related to your interests or hobbies. If you enjoy cooking, Learn culinary terms. If you're into technology, focus on tech jargon. This approach makes learning more relevant and enjoyable. 34. Practice with native speakers. If you're learning a foreign language, practicing with native speakers is one of the most effective ways to improve your vocabulary. Native speakers can introduce you to colloquial expressions, slang, and everyday vocabulary that might not be covered in textbooks. 35. Celebrate milestones. Finally, celebrate your progress as you reach vocabulary milestones. Whether it's learning your 100th word or successfully using a challenging word in conversation, recognizing your achievements keeps you motivated and encourages continued learning. 36. Use visual aids. Visual aids such as images, charts, and infographics can significantly enhance your word learning process. Associating a word with a picture or visual representation helps in better retention and recall. For example, if you're learning the word serene, pairing it with an image of a calm lake might make the word more memorable. 37. Practice. Word formation. Understanding how words are formed can give you insights into learning new words. By studying prefixes, suffixes, and root words, you can often guess the meaning of unfamiliar words. For instance, knowing that the prefix un means not can help you deduce that unbelievable means not believable. 38. Incorporate humor. Humor can be a powerful tool in learning. Creating funny sentences or scenarios with new words can make them more memorable. For example, to remember the word flabbergasted, you might imagine someone's jaw dropping to the floor in exaggerated surprise. 39. Utilize mobile learning. Take advantage of mobile learning by using language apps on your smartphone or tablet. This allows you to practice vocabulary anytime and anywhere, turning idle moments into productive learning sessions. Apps like Duolingo or Memrise are designed to make this process seamless and effective. 40. Learn by teaching. One of the best ways to reinforce what you've learned is to teach it to someone else. Explaining a new word to a friend, family member, or study partner can deepen your understanding and ensure that you fully grasped its meaning and usage. 41. Focus on pronunciation. Proper pronunciation is crucial when learning new words, especially in a foreign language. Mispronunciation can lead to misunderstandings. Use pronunciation guides. Listen to native speakers and practice speaking aloud to ensure you're saying words correctly. 42. Engage with different media. Diversify your learning by engaging with various forms of media: films, music, podcasts, and audiobooks. These not only introduce you to new vocabulary, but also help you understand different accents, dialects, and speaking styles, making your language skills more well-rounded. 43. Set daily word goals. Set a daily goal for the number of words you want to learn. This could be as simple as learning 5 new words a day. Over time, This consistent effort will accumulate into a substantial vocabulary, making your language skills more robust. 44. Reflect on your progress. Periodically reflecting on your progress is essential for maintaining motivation and identifying areas for improvement. Review the words you've learned, notice how your vocabulary has expanded, and adjust your learning strategies if necessary to continue advancing. 45. Combine listening and speaking. Pairing listening exercises with speaking practice can reinforce your vocabulary learning. Listen to audio clips or dialogues, then repeat the words and phrases out loud. This dual approach helps with both comprehension and pronunciation, ensuring that you can use the words confidently in conversation.